That's what Monday Musing is. Some
Mm-hmm.
coffee, some horror, some conversation.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Voices from the Mausoleum. JR and I are back with another episode of Monday Morning Musings.
Oh, this is going to be a good one. I wonder how you guys would like to start off your mornings.
I feel like when you say that, it means you're going to be argumentative, and I'm not prepared for argumentative. So,
Not on the Monday morning. Come on.
okay, guess we'll see. So today we are talking our favorite horror movie opening.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I guess, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first, I think. So, I'm not big into. Actually, it's kind of ironic because zombies have kind of catched on to me a little bit. But
Mm-hmm.
I would say my favorite opening sequence, even though technically you could say I have two, but I'll start with the opening sequence of Dawn of the Dead, the remake 2004, um, written by George Romero, directed by Zack Snyder. And the reason this opening sequence kind of stuck to me a little bit is if you're a found footage horror fan, the opening sequence is found footage like where you get all these different snippets of things that are happening across the country, news reports, basically the uprising of citizens. People don't know what's going on with them. There's that scene with the girls getting taken out of the behind the van, and her face is basically almost just hanging off. So, I mean, that opening sequence kind of laid the ground to like, all right, you know, hell's about to break loose. And the advantage too by the sequences, they didn't need to go into the whole origin of the what happened with the zombies, creating of the zombies, because they took care in the first opening sex without even having anything to really go deep into.
Hmm.
I mean, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of like a sucker for anything that's like a mix of sequences put together like that. Like, and it doesn't necessarily have to be just shot in like that style, but I like when horror movies open, or like horror shows have these openings where they have these like mixed bag of random things that they put together that start like kick off everything. So, I mean, yeah, I think that's a good one. It's probably not going to be very high on my list, but it is a good one.
But here's a question for you:
Yeah.
after watching that movie, which would you have preferred, the that opening sequence, or when the little girl comes into the wakes the parents up and she's already been infected? Which sequence would you have preferred to be the opening one?
Those aren't her parents, right? Aren't they just her neighbors?
No, those are her parents.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, those are her parents.
In Dawn of the Dead?
Yeah, those are her parents.
Those are not her parents.
Yes, that's why she said, "Come here, baby. Come here, baby." Yeah, that was the only room in the house.
The one with the mall. With the nurse that comes home and says, like, I wouldn't miss date night to her husband.
Yes.
That's not their daughter.
Are you sure?
I'm 1,000% sure. That's the little girl she's teaching to roller skate. And she's like, tell your mom I said, hey. And then she goes to work.
Is it? I must have missed that sequence. I've heard.
Well,
Oh well. What? Which do you prefer, though?
that one.
All right. Shows you why zombie movies don't really stick to me too much.
Yeah, no, I like the little girl comes down the hallway and like rips that guy's neck out. That's pretty good.
Now, what's your opening sequence?
So my opening sequence is the opening of the movie Ghost Ship. Um I see things all the time like memes that are like, what is the best horror movie opening and why is it Ghost Ship? Because that one just like is so iconic. Ghost Ship, it's like This scene is like, I don't know, between 3 and 5 minutes long. I don't exactly know how long it lasts, but when the little girl goes up to the top and they're like having that little fancy party and like all these people are dancing and having a good time, and that wire like snaps, it like gets loose and it literally like cuts everyone like straight down, and she's the only one left alive.
Yeah.
It's just like, like every time I see it, it just like it just gets to me. It's so good. Um, and I've seen that type of thing done in other films, like because I think it just stuck with so many people because it's really brutal, and you feel
Yeah.
like they're on the middle of the ocean. This poor girl is like now by herself, like she just watched everyone around her be sliced in half. It's just wicked. It's really really good, and I think like I really like that movie in general, but I think the opening sequence is like the strongest part of that film, and it's always stuck with me.
Yeah, it's that movie always had a mixed feeling on it because like this is gonna sound funny when I'm gonna put it, but I feel like after that whole scene, the movie started sinking. It just lost its like
Uh-uh.
I
You're
yeah, I
not you're
couldn't
not allowed to do puns on this channel. You can keep that shit over on your channel.
no, but you know what I mean though, it did feel like it, you start off like that and it didn't maintain that level throughout the movie. I think kind of like
The rest of it kind of reminds me of like The Shining on water. Because it even has that one bit with like the woman that's like supposed to be like the seductress. And there's even like, the part where I think she's like a ball gown on and she like takes her ball gown off and then she's like actually like gross and disgusting and dead, like after the fact. It's just very reminiscent of The Shining for me. But I really like the opening a lot. That's actually the first thing I ever saw Emily Browning in, and I absolutely love her. And I just thought like, I don't know, it's just one of those another example of a movie where like a kid just carries it. Like I thought her character and her portrayal was just really good. But the opening is just so good and crazy. And when you're going into it, I mean, especially if like you've never seen it before, like you're just not expecting that to
yeah.
happen. And it just like, I don't know, it was just really crazy. So it always stuck with me. So that's my favorite one.
No, yeah, I gotta go see that again. I remember the opening sequence of it. I just like the
Yeah.
rest of the movie is like a little bit of a haze, but it's been a while since I watched that. I mean, that came out like what, early 2000s?
Yeah. Yeah. She's a little girl. She's like an adult now.
Yeah, that is a good opening sequence. I remember that watching that because I seen a movie that had just that similar like with the wires cutting. I was watching. It's this terrible movie, but the piranha where they're all at the freaking beach and there's a wire that breaks off. Does that same sequence?
So, it's really funny. They do it in Sky Sharks too. And I was like, and when it happened, I was like, oh, I love it. I was like so excited about it. I love that. I love it. I think it's good. And I think it, to me, like unlike in some of the other things that other movies that have done it, I think it's like, it like just instantly made you feel for her. Cause like when it happens, she's like hugging the captain.
Yeah.
And I think he loses like this part of his head or something. It's not like his like midsection because she would have got hit too. Go. But I like, it's just like she's like, I don't know, like it pulled me in so much that I don't know, that one always stuck with me. Whenever I think horror movie openings, I always think of that one. Like that's like my standard.
But all right, this is gonna a little off topic, but what would you rate that movie out of 10?
Ghost Ship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe like I don't know, like maybe like a 7.5.
Really?
Out of 10. Why were you thinking I was going to say higher or lower?
I thought you were going to go a little lower, to be honest. I thought you were going to go like a 5 or something like that.
Oh no, it's way better than a 5.
That's right. I have it like a 5.
I was going to say, just don't tell me where you have it.
No, I gotta go see it again, to be honest. Because like I said, I just remember the opening sequence and everything else is.
It's good. There's a horror game called Man of Medan that one day I'll get to finish recording. And it's very reminiscent of Ghost Ship. in a lot of ways. And it just like, I don't know, I just really like it. When things remind me of that movie, it always makes me happy.
Now, would you recommend both our movies to people who haven't seen them, as far as like the opening sequences and what to look
Yeah.
for? Yeah, I mean, both of them are pretty good. They're both action packed.
I think like, I think if you're a horror fan, which I would assume you would be if you're watching this, and you haven't seen the 2004 Dawn of the Dead, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
Because I was young when that came out and I saw it. So I just feel like at this stage, yeah, that was like Zack Snyder's like break into like I guess directing. Like that
Yeah.
was like his first big like hurrah.
The thing I would say is like after that opening sequence, it does go into this little bit of a lull until every single character is finally in the mall together. Then after that, it just goes back to the whole chaotic, fun craziness of what zombie movies are supposed to be with the odd characters. Even though I like Ving Rhames, he's just cool. What the hell was the other guy's name? The one that the hero. Jeez, I forgot his name.
Jake Weber. The character's name is Michael.
I didn't like him.
And then the guy from Modern Family is in it too.
He's awesome though. That dude's coolest. He always plays that good bad villain, a hole, sarcastic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's who Nick from Left 4 Dead is based off of.
He's a good character for his role.
No, he's not.
Oh, why? Come on.
He's not.
He was cool. He was all for himself.
I mean, yeah, that's got to be who he's based off of. He looks just like him. Anyway, so yeah, so my opening is the correct one, which is go shit.
My opening is for all you zombie lovers, so I'm sure
Yeah.
you'll enjoy that.
No, I think openings really can when I have a problem with like being engaged and involved in a film, it's usually because the opening isn't very intriguing. So openings to me can make or break the tone that you set for the rest of the experience. So I think those are two really good strong ones.
No, they are. They are. I mean, they're both movies. Like I have to go back to watch Ghost Ship, but I mean, they're both good movies to watch. I mean, if you're a horror fan, you have to watch both of them regardless. And now that we told you the opening sequence are good, you better go watch them.
Yeah. That's all I have for that one.
Me too.
Okay. Wow, I'm not going to have to edit 2 hours out of the middle. Fantastic.
The first one's going to be quick.
Yeah. Still, it normally doesn't matter because the part that takes the longest isn't shit that's on topic. It's usually stuff that's not on topic. Yeah, well, anyway, that's all I had for this one. Favorite horror opening sequences. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday.
You have your coffee.
My cup's a lot bigger than his. Enjoy the rest of your week. We will be back in 2 weeks from now with another episode of Monday Morning Musings.
Have a good one.
Will see you guys then.
Enjoy your week. Stay positive. Watch horror.